Hey, this is Eric from Satisfied Incorporated. Today I want to show you a new product that I have, and it is the windshield or window wiper sills. So these are going to go in between your door and your window. So you can see my wiper sills are no longer any good. They were good 6 months ago, and now all of a sudden you got all this nonsense going on. So if you're not aware, the reason that these are important is that these keep moisture from going down into your door. And then if you do, which you probably will get moisture inside your door, then that is what the vapor seal is for on the inside of your door. So you want these in good shape, and you want that vapor seal in good shape. You want that vapor seal in here in good shape, because if not, you're going to warp these cardboard door cards, which I dare say about everyone that I touch these days has that. The cardboard is starting to get warped. So make sure your vapor seals are good, and then make sure these seals are good. I'm going to attempt to show you how easy this is to replace these. I'm no expert by any means. I've probably done 5 sets of these. So if there's a better way, you can comment in the video or do whatever you need to do. But I'm just going to show you my way to do it. And you're going to see how easy it is. It should take, let's say 30 to 45 minutes for the whole entire car. My only problem is going to be doing this by myself with no cameraman. So you'll have to bear with me, and we'll see what we can do. First things first, we're going to need some supplies. I use like a grinder. This is just a portable cutoff wheel. You could use a Dremel. Probably most of you are going to use a Dremel, and I'll show you what this is for. This is just for the rear windows only. You won't need the razor blade. The razor blade's for the rear windows also. You're going to need a screwdriver, and you're going to need a cloth, and then of course you're going to need the windshield inserts. Like I said, none of this is hard. I'm going to be doing this one-handed because I'm going to hold the camera right now. So it's going to be twice as hard for me. So it might look a little weird. First thing we're going to do, I'm going to roll down the window. And then all you got to do is you got to come up here and you just want to pry up. You don't have to take the window out. You don't have to take the door apart. You don't have to do anything. So we're going to want to pry that up. You just take a cloth to protect your chrome. And then you're going to see, and then that just comes up like that. And then just pull this old rotten stuff out. Okay, so now if you look down in here, there's little clips in here. And these little clips are going to be what holds the new windshield, or the window channel in. And so you have your felt stuff that goes against the window. Then you're going to have this piece that goes down into that channel. So this is all for the window, and then this goes down. So all we're going to do is we're just going to push this in all along the way, and we're going to get it to go in. So the only kind of tricky part to this is, for some reason, I want to put it in like this, but you want to put it in like almost laying down like that. Okay, so this will either work out for you right away, or you'll struggle with it a little bit. I've never tried any lube or anything like that, but basically just lay it down flat like I was saying, and then work it across. And if you want, you can take the back end of this screwdriver and just kind of run it along the rubber. Make sure that there's this little rubber strip. I don't know if we can see this. Oh yeah, you can see that a little bit. See how it's not in there? You just want to push the rubber back a little bit. till it goes in. But I mean, you can see how long that took me. The front just kind of falls in. The rear is a little more difficult, so we'll tackle that. But once you get that, you just roll up your window. You got fresh, brand new window sills in there. So now we will do the back. So the back is kind of different. I think it's all early E12s. They're not one continuous strip. They actually end right here. So if you look on this early one, so it has, this is one continuous piece here. And then this is the new rubber. So it doesn't connect this. So again, I'm just going to call this, well, this is a 1979. So this isn't early, but I'm going to have to figure out a way to identify this. I'll just say like long and short, I guess. This thing will be the long, and then if you just go from here to here, that'll be the short. So we'll try to do that. But we're going to do the same thing on this door. And we're just going to roll this down. Okay, so we're not going to do the same thing as we did in the front. We're just going to try to pry this up. Yep. So once you get that up, we're just pulling her out. Comes out in one piece. Trick on this one is we're going to have to cut a little section out of this so it gets around this piece. So, and it's actually not that bad. What we're going to do is we're going to press all this in, and then we're going to just make a little cut and a little cut with a razor blade. And then I'll come in and I'll pull this piece out. We'll make a cut across, and then I'm going to clean it up with that Dremel or die grinder or whatever you're going to do, just to give it a nice radius of the corners. If you were better with a razor blade than I am, I guess you could cut like a kind of a U shape in here with your razor blade. I'm not that good with razor blades, so I'd rather resort to a Dremel or a grinder. So if you look, there's this little flap down here, and you got your main flap. And that little flap is getting in the way of this. So we need to get the razor blade. We need to get the razor blade, and we need to cut that little section out. So all I did was line this up, and then you can see I made a cut here, and I made a cut here. I'm just going to go with my cuts. I'm going to cut them all the way down to the section there. I don't know what you call it. We're just going to cut that piece out. Okay, so hopefully you can see that. So I just cut it. That's pretty easy. That's super simple. You're just cutting it flush with that main surface there. So hopefully if you look down there, you can see that I made clearance for that. Super easy. So now I'm going to put this in again. And actually I'll go with, I line this side up, because you know that's an easy side to line up. And then we're going to push it all the way down, and then I'm going to come back to here again, and then I'm going to go take a razor blade. I'm going to cut almost, there's this black part here. I'm going to cut like right there, almost to the black part on both sides. Take your time on this. You don't want to mess it up and have a bad looking window. Not a windshield. I want to call it a windshield wiper. It's a window, side window wiper. You want to make your cuts here, here, and then just draw a line with your razor blade. We're going to call that 3/8 of an inch, 10 millimeters down. Now I'm just going to finish those 3 cuts. Which will be a pretty rough looking piece. So you're going to do that. And then what I'm going to do with that Dremel or die grinder, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to make nice little round U-shape corners just a little bit below that. So like I say, if you can do that with a razor blade, that's awesome. I can't. That's kind of my razor blade technique right there. So I'm going to come in here and clean that up. You could use your stock looking one for a guide, or I'll show you a picture of a stock one right now. So here's a stock one. There's not much material left here at the bottom, and then it just kind of U-shapes around. It goes around the edges there. We'll see what I can do. See what I can do with that grinder. Not perfect. I mean, it's way better than the razor blades though. And when you have that up against the window, you won't be able to tell the difference anyway. Okay, and then same old, same old. We're just going to slide this into the track and do the same thing as we did to the front now. I like to start back here because this is harder to get in. You have less room to work with, so it's a little bit more of a pain. You can see. You can see this one's a lot more obvious how this one doesn't want to go in. Push it, and it'll start going in. That's about it. Then you can see my little groove. You know, it turns out pretty good. Not too hard to do. I gotta fix that little bit of rubber though. That's how easy it is to get these window screens in. It's not that hard at all. If I wasn't having to run the camera and explain things, probably, like I say, maybe a half hour for the whole car, but I doubt it'd be that much. So grab these on the website, and let me know if you have any questions, or if you guys have an easier way to do it, let me know too. Thanks.